Welcome back. Example 3 again is not a perfect square. Oh no. Guys, so that means there are not two of the same number that will multiply to be 54. Okay, so that means we need to simplify the radical down, and it means we're going to end up with a radical in our answer. Okay, but that's awesome because we love radicals. Radical dude, right? I know, board slapper. Okay, so now you probably noticed something different about this problem. You probably noticed this negative sign in the front. Well, guess what, you guys? If you ever see a negative sign, that means there's secretly a negative 1 in front. So this is like negative 1 times 54. Okay, so that means whatever you get on the outside, you will multiply your answer by negative 1. So I already know I have negative 1 times something. And guys, really, all it means if you have a negative on the outside is that in your final answer, it's simply going to be negative. Okay, but negative 1 times a positive will give you a negative. So however you want to look at it, that negative means your final answer will be negative. So it's going to be negative 1 times whatever we get on the outside of the square root. Alright, well, let's start our factor tree. Let's start breaking it on down. So 54, let's see here. Well, I know 9 times 6 is 54. And 9 breaks down into 3 and 3. And 6 breaks down into 2 and 3. Okay, so let's see here. I'm looking at the ends of my branches, so all the leaves. So these things right here. Do you guys spot any pairs at the end of the branches? Any cute little couples that'll get to go on their math dates? I see a pair of 3s. So the 3s will hop on the outside of the square root. And remember, for each pair, you only have one number. So one number represents the couple. Okay, and then my lonely single numbers that didn't have a pair, well, that would be my 2 and my 3. Okay, and if you ever have more than one number, whether it's outside or inside the square root, guess what? You multiply them. So 2 times 3. Okay, so then for my final answer, I just need to start multiplying things. Okay, so negative 1 times 3 is negative 3. Again, the shortcut, if you see a negative on the outside of your square root, it just means that your answer is negative. So you could have just said, well, 3 will hop out, and then since there's a negative, it'll be negative 3. But it's up to you. Okay, and then 2 times 3 is 6. Okay, so my final answer will be negative 3 root 6.